Do you feel pain, stiffness, or limited movement in your joints? This could be an early warning sign of osteoarthritis, also known as joint degeneration. But don't panic just yet. In this video, we're going to break down the top mistakes that many people unknowingly make. Mistakes that can actually trigger or worsen osteoarthritis, backed by solid scientific evidence. Yes, you heard that right. With just a few simple but powerful lifestyle changes, you can slow down the progression of this condition, or even reverse it. Here are the 10 most common causes of osteoarthritis and how you can prevent them. 10. Irregular and excessive. Exercise 1. Overloading and cartilage. Damage. The cartilage that covers the surface of your joints normally bears weight and movement in harmony with your body. But excessive and repetitive mechanical stress disrupts the structural integrity of cartilage cells, called chondrocytes. This leads to cartilage thinning, cracking, and eventually cartilage breakdown. Weight-bearing joints like the knees, hips, and ankles are especially at risk. 2. Irregular exercise and joint stability. Irregular exercise, meaning physical activity that is unplanned, excessive, or done for too long, prevents muscles, tendons, and ligaments from strengthening properly. Weak muscles reduce joint stability and increase the load on the joint. This accelerates wear and tear in both cartilage and bone structures. 3. Inadequate, warm up, and cool down. Not warming up properly before exercise reduces the flexibility of muscles and connective tissues. This increases the risk of ligament and cartilage injuries during sudden movements. Skipping cool-down exercises prevents proper muscle recovery and can cause lasting damage to your joints. 4th, exercise, type, and intensity. Moderate, consistent, and balanced exercise protects joint health and improves cartilage nourishment. Low-impact activities like swimming and cycling should be preferred. Overdoing it or exercising without a plan can be harmful. Recommendations. Excessive and irregular exercise leads to cartilage wear and joint pain. Make a proper workout plan and avoid overloading. Do muscle strengthening exercises regularly. Skipping warm-up and cool-down increases injury risk. Pay attention to warming up and cooling down. Repetitive movements cause localized wear and increase the risk of osteoarthritis. Add variety to your workouts. It's clear that irregular and excessive exercise increases the risk of osteoarthritis. But with the right exercise routine, you can support and protect your joint health. 9. Inadequate water intake. 1. The importance of joint fluid. Synovial fluid, found inside the joints, is a slippery substance that lubricates the joints and reduces friction. It is composed mostly of water, about 70 to 80%. This fluid helps nourish the cartilage and remove waste products. Adequate water intake plays a critical role in maintaining the volume and viscosity of synovial fluid. 2. How low water intake affects joint health. Dehydration reduces the amount of synovial fluid, which increases friction between joint surfaces. This added friction leads to cartilage wear and microtrauma. Over time, this process can accelerate the development of osteoarthritis. 3. Cartilage cell. Metabolism. Chondrocytes, the cells found in cartilage tissue, need water to maintain their metabolic functions. Water helps stabilize the internal environment of these cells and supports the transport of nutrients and oxygen. When the body is dehydrated, cell functions deteriorate, which can lead to cartilage breakdown. 4. Joint flexibility and range of motion. Sufficient hydration improves joint flexibility and supports range of motion. On the other hand, lack of water can increase joint stiffness and pain, which may lead to limited mobility. 5. Scientific evidence studies have shown that proper hydration supports joint health and helps reduce joint pain. It has also been noted that dehydration can trigger inflammation and speed up joint damage. Summary: inadequate water intake reduces synovial fluid, which increases joint friction. It also disrupts the function of cartilage cells and speeds up cartilage degradation. As a result, joint stiffness, pain, and restricted movement can occur. Water intake recommendations. Aim to drink at least 2 to 3 liters of water daily, adjusting based on your personal needs. Increase water intake during exercise and in hot weather. Keep in mind that caffeine and alcoholic drinks have diuretic effects, so make sure to compensate with additional water. Water is a simple but powerful factor in maintaining joint health and reducing the risk of osteoarthritis. Drinking water regularly supports joint lubrication and nourishment, helping to reduce both pain and damage. 8. Excessive alcohol consumption. 1. General effects of alcohol on the body. Alcohol is a powerful toxin that affects metabolism and the function of many organs. It has negative effects on the liver, kidneys, heart, and nervous system. When these organs don't function properly, joint health can be indirectly affected as well. 2. Vitamin and mineral absorption. Excessive alcohol intake disrupts the absorption of essential vitamins and minerals, especially vitamin D, calcium, and magnesium, nutrients critical for bone and joint health. A deficiency in vitamin D can lower bone density, increasing the risk of both osteoporosis and osteoarthritis. Lack of minerals also makes it harder for cartilage to maintain its structure. 3. Increased inflammation. Alcohol can raise the production of inflammatory cytokines in the body. Chronic inflammation accelerates cartilage breakdown in the joints and increases the intensity of joint pain. This can significantly worsen osteoarthritis symptoms. 4th, impaired muscle strength and recovery. Alcohol reduces muscle protein synthesis, leading to muscle weakness. When muscles lose their ability to support the joints, the mechanical load on joints increases. In older adults, alcohol can further speed up muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia. 5. Direct toxic effects and joint damage. Some studies show that excessive alcohol may have a direct toxic effect on joint cells. It increases oxidative stress in joint tissues, slowing down cell regeneration and repair. 6. Interaction with chronic diseases. Alcohol makes it harder to manage chronic conditions like diabetes and hypertension, both of which can increase the risk of osteoarthritis. When these conditions are present, joint health may deteriorate even further. Usage guidelines and recommendations. Limiting alcohol consumption helps reduce the risk of osteoarthritis. Experts recommend no more than 1 standard drink per day for women and no more than 2 for men. If you already have osteoarthritis or any joint-related condition, it's important to consult your doctor about alcohol use. To minimize the negative effects of alcohol, maintain a balanced diet and ensure adequate intake of vitamins and minerals. Excessive alcohol consumption can negatively affect joint health, both directly and indirectly. 7. Smoking. 1. Impaired cartilage nutrition. Smoking causes the blood vessels that supply joint cartilage to constrict. This reduces the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to the cartilage tissue. When chondrocytes, the cells within cartilage, don't receive enough nourishment, structural damage begins. 2. Increased inflammation and oxidative stress. Smoking raises levels of chronic inflammation and oxidative stress in the body. An increase in inflammatory cytokines speeds up cartilage breakdown. Oxidative stress causes cellular damage and accelerates tissue aging. 3. Inhibited cartilage repair. Toxic substances in cigarettes interfere with the regeneration and repair of cartilage cells. As a result, the healing process after cartilage damage is slowed, making the development of osteoarthritis more likely. 4. Impaired bone health. Smoking decreases bone mineral density and increases the risk of osteoporosis. Weakened bones have a harder time supporting joint load, which in turn raises the risk of osteoarthritis. 5. Worsened pain and symptoms. Joint pain tends to be more intense and persistent in smokers. Smoking activates pathways that increase pain sensitivity, leading to more severe symptoms. 6. Reduced joint mobility. The damage to cartilage and bone caused by smoking limits the range of motion in joints. This ultimately lowers overall quality of life. Scientific evidence. Numerous studies have shown that smokers are more likely to develop osteoarthritis, and the condition tends to progress more aggressively in them. Quitting smoking is a crucial step in protecting joint health. Recommendations. If you smoke, quitting as soon as possible can reduce both your risk of developing osteoarthritis and the severity of your symptoms. Getting support through smoking cessation programs can greatly improve your quality of life. To support joint health, maintain regular physical activity, eat a balanced diet, and keep up with routine medical checkups. 6. Inactivity and muscle weakness. 1. Muscle support for joints. Muscles balance the load on joints and provide joint stability. When muscle strength decreases, the load on the joints increases, speeding up cartilage wear. 2. Negative effects of inactivity on joint health. Prolonged inactivity leads to weakening of the muscles around the joints. Weakened muscles make it harder to protect joint surfaces. At the same time, circulation of joint fluid decreases, which negatively affects cartilage nutrition. 3. Reduced joint range of motion. Inactivity can cause stiffness in the joint capsule and limit movement. This triggers pain and loss of function. 4th, consequences of muscle weakness. As muscle strength declines, joint load increases. Cartilage degeneration speeds up, especially in weight-bearing joints like the knees and hips. Muscle weakness raises the risk of falls and sets the stage for joint injuries. 5. Scientific evidence research shows that people who don't exercise regularly have a higher risk of developing osteoarthritis. Strengthening exercises have been proven effective in reducing osteoarthritis symptoms. Summary: inactivity and muscle weakness lead to loss of joint support. Decreased muscle strength increases joint load and cartilage wear. Movement limitation means joint stiffness, pain, and loss of function. Higher fall risk increases chances of joint injuries and worsening condition. Recommendations: strengthening muscles with regular appropriate exercise protects joint health. Low-impact activities like swimming and cycling are preferable. Getting support from physical therapy specialists is beneficial. Avoid inactivity and try to increase daily movement. 5. Poor posture and incorrect movement. Habits. 1. Disrupted joint load distribution. Poor posture, especially when sitting or standing, causes uneven distribution of load on the joints. This leads to some joint areas being overloaded while others don't get enough support. Local wear and cartilage damage develop on the joint surfaces. 2. Muscle and joint imbalance. Incorrect posture and movement habits cause abnormal function of muscles and connective tissues. Some muscles remain constantly tight while others weaken, disrupting joint stability. Uneven muscle use increases abnormal pressure on joint surfaces and triggers cartilage degeneration. 3. Decreased joint range of motion. Poor posture can cause stiffness in joint capsules and surrounding tissues. This stiffness limits joint mobility and causes pain. Increased injuries and microtraumas. Wrong movements and poor posture set the stage for micro-injuries in the joints. Over time, these microtraumas lead to cartilage breakdown and the development of osteoarthritis. 5. Scientific evidence studies show that non-ergonomic work and living conditions increase the risk of osteoarthritis. Correcting posture and adopting proper movement habits support joint health. In summary, uneven load distribution causes local cartilage wear and damage. Muscle and connective tissue imbalance leads to reduced joint stability and cartilage breakdown. Decreased range of motion results in joint stiffness and pain. Increased microtraumas accelerate cartilage degeneration. Recommendations make ergonomic adjustments to develop proper posture habits. Keep your back straight and shoulders pulled back when sitting or standing. Use correct techniques when lifting heavy objects and during daily movements. Consider postural correction exercises like physical therapy or Pilates. 4. High salt and processed food consumption. 1. Increased inflammation. Processed foods and high salt intake can trigger chronic low-grade inflammation in the body. This inflammation leads to an increase in pro-inflammatory cytokines that accelerate cartilage breakdown. As a result, the development of osteoarthritis becomes easier. 2. Deterioration of bone and cartilage health. High salt intake increases calcium loss through the kidneys, which can reduce bone mineral density. This weakens bone health, raises the risk of osteoporosis, and negatively affects joint loading. Additives and harmful fats found in processed foods can also damage the cartilage structure. 3. Effects on the immune system. High salt consumption can affect immune cell functions and increase inflammatory responses. This triggers chronic inflammation in joint tissues and speeds up joint damage. 4. Obesity and metabolic issues. Processed foods are usually high in calories, sugars, and unhealthy fats. Excessive consumption leads to obesity. Obesity increases the load on the joints and raises the risk of osteoarthritis. It is also linked to metabolic syndrome and other conditions that promote systemic inflammation. 5. Scientific evidence studies show that high salt and processed food intake worsen osteoarthritis symptoms and accelerate disease progression. Diets like the Mediterranean diet, which are low in processed foods and rich in vegetables, fruits, and healthy fats, are known to reduce osteoarthritis risk. Recommendations: try to keep your daily salt intake below 5 grams, according to WHO guidelines. Choose fresh, natural, homemade foods instead of processed ones. Include anti-inflammatory vegetables, fruits, omega-3 rich fish, and healthy fats in your diet. Maintain a healthy weight and develop balanced eating habits. Reducing high salt and processed food consumption is a very effective lifestyle change to lower osteoarthritis risk and symptoms. 3. Insufficient omega-3 fatty acid intake 1. The anti-inflammatory effect of omega-3. Omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, have powerful biological effects that reduce inflammation in the body. They lower inflammation around the cartilage and joints, slowing down the development and progression of osteoarthritis. Insufficient omega-3 intake leads to increased inflammatory processes. 2. Cartilage protection. Omega-3 fatty acids support healthy cell function in cartilage cells called chondrocytes. They prevent cell death and increase the production of enzymes that protect cartilage structure. A deficiency sets the stage for rapid cartilage deterioration. 3. Reduction of joint pain. Research shows that omega-3 supplements reduce joint pain caused by osteoarthritis. Omega-3 fatty acids decrease the production of inflammatory mediators that trigger pain. 4. Support for muscle strength. Omega-3s improve muscle function and help maintain muscle mass. Strong muscles increase joint stability, which can slow the progression of osteoarthritis. 5. Scientific evidence. Many clinical studies report pain relief, reduced stiffness, and functional improvements in osteoarthritis. Patients taking omega-3 supplements. The World Health Organization and other health bodies recommend regular omega-3 intake. Usage and recommendations. It is recommended to eat at least 2 servings of fatty fish, like salmon, mackerel, sardines, per week. Consult a doctor or dietitian before starting omega-3 supplements. Plant sources flaxseed, walnuts, chia seeds can also support omega-3 intake, but fish oils are more effective for EPA and DHA. Increasing omega-3 intake benefits osteoarthritis and overall joint health. Addressing omega-3 deficiency is an important step in managing osteoarthritis symptoms. 2. Insufficient antioxidant and vitamin intake 1. Role of antioxidants. Antioxidants reduce oxidative stress caused by free radicals. Oxidative stress damages cartilage cells and leads to cell death, accelerating the development of osteoarthritis. Insufficient antioxidant intake increases these harmful effects. 2. Importance of vitamins. Vitamin C plays a critical role in collagen synthesis, which is essential for cartilage structure. Deficiency weakens the cartilage. Vitamin D supports bone health, increases bone density, and improves joint function. Deficiency can lead to osteoporosis and joint problems. Vitamin E acts as a strong antioxidant that reduces inflammation and protects cartilage cells. Vitamin K, involved in bone and cartilage metabolism. Deficiency may increase the risk of osteoarthritis. 3. Contribution of minerals. Minerals like zinc, copper, and selenium are part of antioxidant enzymes and support joint health. Deficiencies can increase inflammation and cartilage breakdown. 4. Scientific evidence studies show that osteoarthritis patients often have low antioxidant levels. Supplementation with vitamins D and C has been proven to help alleviate osteoarthritis symptoms. Summary: increased oxidative stress, damage and breakdown of cartilage cells. Vitamin C deficiency, reduced collagen synthesis, weakened cartilage. Vitamin D deficiency, impaired bone health, higher risk of osteoporosis. Antioxidant deficiency, increased inflammation and cartilage degradation. Recommendations: boost natural antioxidant intake by increasing consumption of fruits and vegetables. Aim for at least 5 servings of colorful fruits and vegetables daily. Vitamin supplements may be used under medical supervision if necessary. A healthy, balanced diet is an important factor in reducing osteoarthritis risk. Insufficient antioxidant and vitamin intake can accelerate osteoarthritis progression. 1. Excess weight and unbalanced nutrition. 1. Increased joint load. Excess weight puts extra pressure on load-bearing joints, especially the knees and hips. The increased mechanical load on the joints speeds up cartilage wear and tear. This accelerates the development of osteoarthritis. 2. Impact of unbalanced nutrition on inflammation. A diet high in calories, processed foods, sugar, and saturated fats triggers chronic inflammation in the body. Inflammation increases cartilage breakdown and worsens disease symptoms. 3. Obesity and metabolic disorders. Obesity not only increases mechanical load, but also triggers inflammatory processes through adipokines secreted by fat tissue. Conditions like metabolic syndrome raise the risk of osteoarthritis. 4. Scientific evidence. Research shows that overweight individuals have a 4 to 5 times higher risk of developing osteoarthritis compared to those at an ideal weight. Weight loss programs have been proven to significantly reduce osteoarthritis symptoms. Summary: increased joint load, cartilage wear and degradation, chronic inflammation, accelerated joint damage, metabolic disorders, faster disease progression. Recommendations: maintain your ideal weight through a healthy, balanced diet. Avoid processed foods, excess sugar, and saturated fats. Choose anti-inflammatory foods rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals, such as vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and healthy fats. Seek professional support for weight management and engage in regular exercise. Excess weight and poor nutrition are major factors that increase both the risk and severity of osteoarthritis. As you can see, osteoarthritis isn't just an unavoidable part of aging. The real problem often lies in years of poor eating habits, a sedentary lifestyle, and not taking good care of our bodies. But here's the good news. You have the power to change that process. Scientific evidence shows that proper nutrition, an active lifestyle, maintaining a healthy weight, and giving up certain harmful habits don't just reduce your pain. They can actually help rebuild the health of your joints. In short, with awareness, knowledge, and determination, you can slow down or even stop the effects of osteoarthritis. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and share this valuable information with your loved ones. Invest in your health, because strong joints are the foundation of a strong life. See you in healthy, pain-free, and active days ahead. Age is merely the number of years the world has been enjoying you.